afternoon. All right. So I haven't missed the conference. I know you're seeing the word Stata there, but seriously, this is actually something that's really quite interesting and something that is worth considering. What is this about? R stands for an openness, and that's an openness in being able to share. It's got its inherent principles in that it's open source, and there's a lot of effort to make sure that R is compatible with other statistical suites. The Haven package is really the main way that people can interact with this, and after R, certainly in an applied econometric space, Stata and SPSS are used extensively. And a lot of people have bought into this on an industry-wide level, and so you end up adopting projects. And one of them is this problem that occurs with our users who want to bring in data for the first time from a survey, only to see that there are fundamental problems with the way Haven manages it. So this is a typical survey question. It is about the different types of dwellings in South Africa, and as you'll notice, you'll have 6 levels. And these levels are predefined. They're actually on the physical paperback survey, because remember, a lot of the surveys in South Africa are done face-to-face and still on paper. It's the way StatSA works. It's the way the National Income Dynamics Study works. All of the major studies use this, and even if you transition to a tablet, this problem still faces you, because you still have to assign some level on a tablet. Oh dear. All right. So what happens? Well, when you bring the starter into R, everything goes quite nicely. You play around, and you have a bit of fun. You create your new variables, and now you think, well, it's ready. I'm going to support all these different suites, and we're going to assist the research community. But Stata only handles numeric data, and the way that it does it is very odd for our users. The numeric data is saved, and it associates some label to the numeric data. So what actually can happen in Stata is you can retain an entire data set, but the labels can drop off, and you'd still be able to open the data set, still be able to interact with the data set, but you wouldn't know what's going on. This is also something that seems to have fallen outside the scope of what happens in the Haven package, because a typical export of data from R into Stata would look a little bit like this. So you've bred this data in. You've noticed on your small survey that there are no instances of some of the levels. But because of the way that R handles it, it assigns a hidden factor level which you don't deal with until such a time as you want to try and export it, and then you get a little mess like this. The trick is to try and massage these into the predefined levels that match with your survey. And I've written a function or a suite of functions which do this and have all the checking required. You can generate a nice list, see what the internal levels are assigned, and reassign them simply by going on your Excel sheet and typing 1456. And you'll notice that the result quite neatly then changes the levels. This is a Stata output, changes the levels within Stata. And you only have to do this once. You can retain your Excel sheet throughout. And there you go. You have now got a perfect conversion between the two. And it is quite a complicated workaround, because you can't specify a factor level in R without having to try and create dummy factor levels. So if you were trying to do this in the beginning, you're going to end up with factor level data where you'd have to try and make 2 and 3 blank, 4 and 5, and then something else, and this will prevent your analysis. So this is the only technique to do it, and bear in mind that we really do want to support other people. So yes, I just want to raise your attention to this and not to let you run around with Stata data, and especially in surveys.